No drama stall. No drama stall. Awesome. Just awesome. I am such a fan. I am such a fan of these sport gliders, guys.
Well, I finally had time to put my Volantex PhoenixS 1.6 meter sport glider together. Now if you watched my videos of my other sport glider flights, you know I am in all of these sport gliders. It's a completely different experience flying these. And this will be my fourth one. And I have yet to fly a bad one. They have all been exceptional flying, performing sport gliders. I absolutely love them. Now, I bought the kit, and I got the kit for around 62 bucks. It's been sitting in a box in the closet for a very long time. I can't even tell you how long it's been in there. This plane has been around for a very long time, so it wasn't like a new review. I had so many things that were higher priority, I had to keep pushing it back and pushing it back. But I'm glad that I now have it ready to throw in the air. Okay, so I ordered the kit. I had the Top RC Lightning V2 1.5 meter wingspan sport glider that I crashed. I lost it in the sun. I did not have a gyro in it, no parachute button. By the time that I saw it, it was nosing into the ground. But a lot of the components survived, including the motor and the prop and the spinner assembly. Now, how they survived that crash, I don't know, but they did. So I have the Top RC Lightning motor and cross mount and spinner assembly and props in this plane, and that is a C2415 1150 kV motor with the cross mount and spinner assembly. The prop is a 10x7 composite prop. The ESC I'm using is a Volantex Easy Plug 30 amp ESC that has a 5 volt 3 amp back. It's rated for 2S to 3S. I know that the plug and fly and the ready to fly version of this sport glider come as a 2S power system. So I wanted to set it up as a 3S power system. The receiver I have in it is the Radiomaster R81. It's a full range SBUS receiver. It says greater than 1 kilometer. It's 8 channel. It uses the FRSKY D8 protocol. I have a RadioLink Byme-A gyro in it, so this one will have a parachute button. Okay, so that's installed in there. The servos that I used 4 Racerstar SG90. They're nylon gear, analog servos. I would much rather have used digital 9-gram servos, but these are what I had on hand. They're brand spanking new. The only used component that is in this plane is the ESC, the motor, and the prop assembly. All right, and the Lipo. The Lipo is used, of course, but the Lipo I'm using is a nano-tech 3S 1500 mAh 35C Lipo, weighs 125 grams. Okay, so the dry weight with everything assembled except for the Lipo. The dry weight is 858.5 grams. The Lipo weighs 125 grams. It gives me an all-up weight of 983.5 grams, which is a very similar weight to the other two 1.5 meter sport gliders that I've flown, and this one is a 1.6 meter glider. As it's going to be launched in the air, that includes the Lipo and everything, the gyro, the receiver, my cost is $174.12. The total cost for a plug and fly build with the components that I have in it is $125.27. And the bind and fly cost, which includes the gyro, the receiver, is $142.26. So not too bad for all this stuff. I will have links in the show notes to all the components, and I will have a link in the show notes. Hobby King, I think, still sells the plug and fly version of this plane, and I believe that's where I got the kit, but they do not carry the kit anymore. If I had to do it over again, I would go ahead and buy the plug and fly version of this plane. I think it has a 2212 1400 kV motor in its stock. It's set up for a 2S because I think it has they list it as a 12x6 prop. I don't know if that's true because if you look at the manual, it says it's a 10x6 prop. So I don't know which is true. But if you buy, it's listed for like $98.99. So if I had to do it over again, I would buy the plug-and-fly version, and then I would switch out the motor and the prop. The plug-and-fly version comes with a 30 amp ESC. I'm sure that it's rated for a 2S, at least 2S to 3S, if not a 2S to 4S. So I would do that and save some. It would actually save you some money if all you had to do was replace the motor and the prop assembly to use it on the 3S Lipo. But hey, it's a beautiful, isn't it a beautiful looking sport glider? Okay, so let's go out and perform a flight on it. I've got my timer set up for I think 8 minutes on this flight. So I'll see you out at the field.
Maiden launch. Maiden launch. All right, here we go. Well, that was a no drama launch. All right, so I want to leave it in beginner mode here for a couple of minutes, just to see, you know, what kind of turns I can get out of it. That is such a nice looking glider, guys. All right, so putting in a lot of rudder here. It is pretty wide. Well, let me see here. Maybe not. I was only giving it rudder there. So let's give it rudder and aileron and see. Oh, yeah, you can definitely make some sharp turns with it in full gyro mode. Sweet. And make sure I don't have any glitching. Make sure that I don't have any twitching. It's pretty sharp turns in safe mode or beginner mode or full gyro mode, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that is not a problem at all, guys. Not a problem at all. Check that out. I'm gliding. Tractoring up. Look at that. Look how slow. Oh, that is sweet. Oh yeah, I think that this Byme-A gyro is going to work out just fine in these gliders. Gliding. It looks like the balance is pretty good. Well, you can't really tell in gyro mode. I'll have to put it in manual mode to see. But look at that. Isn't that sweet? Gliding. Alright, motoring up. Spin it around. Look at that. Gliding. Ah! That is sweet. Yeah, this is going to work out great. This is going to work out absolutely fantastic. All right, well, I am glad that that is going to be a good setup for these sport gliders. Ain't that awesome? First time out, handles like a beauty. Like a beauty. Motoring up. Okay, so let's put it, okay, so now I've got it in the mode that just counteracts wind. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Gliding. Motoring up. Alright, let's see what the roll rate's like on it. A little lethargic, I think. Oh, it didn't have a lot of speed on it. Gliding. Alright. Not too bad, with a little speed. I need a better spinner and prop combination on this motor at about 90 to 100% throttle. I get some vibration out of it. Still gliding. All right, motoring up. I think I want a little more elevator in it. Whoa, I lost orientation there. That's not good. Oh, another awesome sport glider. That is sweet. No drama stall. No drama stall. Awesome. Just awesome. I am such a fan. I am such a fan of these sport gliders, guys. Completely different experience flying these. They're absolutely fantastic. Let's see, I roll the other direction. About the same. I think that I have maximum mechanical advantage on the ailerons, if I'm not mistaken. The specified CG seems to be spot on. No worries there. I got a little tuning to do, but other than that, oh, that is awesome. Still gliding here. I've got my timer set for 8 minutes and I'm already getting my haptic. Are you kidding me? No way. Not too bad, not too bad of a roll rate. I want to see if I can kick that up a little bit more. Alright, timer's elapsed, 8 minutes. I got a 3S 1500 milliamp hour Lipo in it. Okay, so let me see. My wind is still coming from that direction. Okay, so before we get anybody else coming through, let's tractor it around here and then see if we can glide it in and set it down nice and soft, I hope. Alright, I'm gliding now. I guess I could have put it in safe mode. I don't know why I didn't. Or, you know, full gyro mode. But that came in nice and sweet, isn't it? Let me see. Make sure my skids are good. Oh yeah. My skids are good. Alright. Another absolutely fantastic little, well, I guess it's not little, it's 1.6 meter, but high performance sport glider, guys.
Well, was that an awesome maiden flight, or was that an awesome maiden flight? I haven't even done any tuning on it yet. It's going to be, or it is, another fantastic high performance sport glider. I think I like the 1.6 meter and smaller sport gliders because they tend to be a little more aerobatic than the larger ones. And this one is going to be very aerobatic. I was very hesitant to push it above 90% throttle because I do have some vibration on it. I guess tonight I will try and put some weight on the top and the bottom of the spinner since I've already gotten the blades as balanced as I can get them. I went and did that last night about half a dozen times until I get it as smooth as possible, but I still have some vibration above 90% throttle to 100% throttle, so it's got to be the top or the bottom of the spinner. I'm going to see if I can get that taken care of tonight and have it nice and smooth. So I want to thank Jono Edwards. Jono Edwards spoke so highly of this Volantex PhoenixS glider. I had purchased the PhoenixS version 2, which is a 2 meter glider, and it is absolutely fantastic. So after he told me how good this PhoenixS 1.6 meter glider is, I went ahead and I ordered the kit. So I want to thank him for pointing me toward this 1.6 meter version of the Volantex Phoenix glider series because it's absolutely fantastic. The Byme-A gyro looks like it's going to work flawlessly in these sport gliders. And if it also works flawlessly in my EDF jets, I think I've got all my bases covered as far as a 4-channel plug-and fly gyro systems. So I absolutely love those Byme-As. Some of the information I gave you at the beginning was incorrect because the motor that I salvaged from the top RC Lightning V2 did not make it unscathed. It has a bent motor shaft, and I didn't realize that until I ran it up last night. So I installed the motor and prop on this, ran it up, And as soon as I got above 75 to 80% throttle, it would sound like a chainsaw. So I had to take it back out. So then I got online. I checked out what the V2 has, what kind of motor it has, because it's rated for a 3S. And I wanted to run this on a 3S. So I found that motor at Banggood, and it's a 4023. Volantex listed as a 4023, and I believe that's a 1050 kV motor. Should be able to handle a 4S Lipo with a little smaller prop on it. I think I'm going to see if I can order some 9x5 props and run this on 4S as soon as I get everything lined out. But the motor was only $18.90 compared to $20-something for that replacement Top RC Lightning motor. And the Volantex motor is larger. They list it as a 4023. What I've seen them do in the past, the Volantex doesn't measure the diameter of the stators like they should. They measure the outside of the bell. So my guess is that it's probably somewhere between a 34 to a 36 by 23 motor, not a 40 by 23. But it's significantly larger than the motor that came out of that Top RC Lightning, and it's much heavier. So that changed my weight, my dry weight and my all-up weight. And this motor is showing that it has plenty of torque to pull this through big, huge loops and pull vertical for split S maneuvers. I like it. So I stole the motor and the prop assembly out of my V2 to put in this so I could get it in the air. I have a replacement motor for the V2 on order, along with 2 more of these spinner and prop assemblies for that motor. So I'll have 1 spare when they arrive. And I also ordered a spare set of props, and I believe that these are 10x6 props. So if I can find some 9x5s, I'm going to put a 4S in it. But absolutely fantastic. Stay tuned for more flights on this. I think in a couple more flight sessions, I think I'll have it flying and handling exactly how I want. And then I'll post some more videos of it. I've got to make some linkage adjustments on it, get a little more movement on the ailerons if I can, get a little more movement on the elevator, and then I think I'm going to be extremely happy with it. The specified CG, I have it balanced neutral. You know, it's completely horizontal at the specified CG, and you saw the glide profile on it. It's nice and flat and smooth, so, and it handles really well. It seems balanced very well there. I don't have any problems with the specified CG. I think it's spot on for a neutral balance with that 3S 1500 mAh Lipo. I've got plenty of space in there to move the battery forward or move it aft. So, you know, you could use a larger or a smaller 3S Lipo in it, and also have plenty of space to move back and forth for a 4S Lipo. I can't wait to get it in there with the 4S Lipo. So anyway, my dry weight with that bigger, heavier motor was 905.5 grams without the Lipo. With the Lipo weighs 125 grams. It puts my all-up weight at 1,030.5 grams, 1.03 kilograms. A little bit heavier than my 1.5 meter glider, and it might even be as heavy as a 2 meter glider. But yeah, it handles that weight just fine. I have no problem. Very little drag, penetrates and holds on to its energy very, very well. You saw me bring it in for a landing. Doesn't even have flaps. Came in nice and slow and touched down nice and soft on that hard pack. So anyway, I'm loving this PhoenixS. There'll be links to all those components in the show notes. If you guys are interested in something like this, $98.99 if they get it back in stock at Hobby King, and I got a link to it. $18.90 for the motor, $8.99 for the prop assembly. You're talking about less than $130 plug and fly for a 3S power system on this that will fly exactly like you saw it fly today. It's pretty darn cheap, guys. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the air.